So as you can see on the left-hand side, these are the awards that are pretty self-explanatory. They're the state and the regional awards, so we're going to get started with those. So as you also can see, it doesn't go in a particular order. It's not always band and chorus. We tried to switch that up as well, so we'll be switching places many times tonight. So to get started, we're going to give out the All Cape and Islands Awards. So the All Cape and Islands Festival is a festival that happens the first weekend in February or the last weekend in January, depending on the year. And it's a one-time audition that happens just the week before Thanksgiving. And choral students, of course, and band students all have different pieces. And some of the students can audition on the junior district piece. Some of the kids can audition on the senior district piece. So we had a number of students who were selected for the chorus this year. And the choruses ranged between the SSA, soprano, soprano, alto, treble chorus, as well as an SATB chorus. So to start off tonight, hopefully this won't keep happening, is Laura Barabee. So, it'd probably be easier if we wait and applaud after we've read all the names. Riley Chipman. Thank you for paying attention. Gordon Clark. Max Dexter. Margaret Dixon. Grace Fleming. Camille LaJoy. Kaylee Mason. Madison Mayer. Acacia Nelson. Sarah Pike. Josh Schaefer. Maya Gotcha Smith. Noah Smith, no relation that we know. Emma Sullivan Johnson. Justin West. Jessica Williams. And Emma Wright. Those are the All Cape and Island vocal music students.
Oh, come on, that's right.
Thank you. I should have mentioned at the beginning too, if we miss something, and we've tried really hard not to miss anybody, but occasionally I make mistakes all the time. So if we missed something, if we spelled your name wrong or whatever, please let us know and we'll do our best to rectify it as soon as possible. So now we're going to move on to the instrumental All Cape and Islands Awards.
So we had a number of students in several ensembles. So the students who made the All Cape and Islands concert band, we have Taylor Branch, Libby Chase, Sean Chung, Anna Crowell, Joanna Hollick, Lydia Hawk, Ben Hoops, Emma Pikestein, and Lucy Pollock.
Do it.
So for anyone keeping track, I have already made one mistake, which is that Joanna was in the orchestra. So I'm so sorry. All right, in the All Cape and Islands Music Festival Orchestra, Lucy Blood, Katie Crowell, Willa Crowell, Grace Cushing, Top Decker, Kaya Maya Howard. Patricia Lord. Maeve Noon Price. Emma Peterson. Gavin Rice. Michael Sanborn.
Oh my God!
And Lauren Vale. For the next All Cape Ensemble, we have the All Cape Jazz Festival, which includes both the jazz band and the vocal jazz group. We have Gordon Clark, Ben Hoops, Parker Mumford, Lucy Pollock, Gavin Rice, and Jess Williams.
So if you were selected for all Cape and Islands, either the Jazz Festival, the band, the orchestra, or the choruses, would you please stand just so we can see this number?
All right, so the next couple of awards that we'd like to give out are recognition for the Junior District Music Festivals. So we have a trophy for the Junior District Music Festival. So a participant in the Junior District Concert Band, Lydia Hollick. In the Junior District Jazz Band, Gavin Rice. So, as you either know or may have noticed, the Junior Festival is open grades 7 through 9, so it's only eligible for freshmen. And so we had our 3 freshmen who participated this year. Our last freshman who participated and made the Junior District Orchestra is Willa Crowell.
So as Mr. Anthony said, thank you. The Senior District Festival is made up of the southeast corner of Massachusetts. So it involves schools as far up as King Philip High School in Wrentham, Duxbury, Foxborough, some really, really larger schools. So to be selected for this ensemble is actually a big feat. So congratulations to these students. So we're going to begin with the vocal music students that were selected for Senior District Festival. She's already getting up because her last name begins with B. Laura Barrett. Max Dexter. Madison Mayer. For the first time, vocally, I would think, is Josh Schaefer. Emma Sullivan Johnson. And last alphabetically is Justin Webb. So congratulations to these students, the vocal music students for Senior District.
For the remaining two ensembles, we will include them all together under the instrumental umbrella, actually because there's three ensembles. So in rough order of ensembles, joining the percussion ensemble, Mr. Logan Betts. In the orchestra, Grace Cushing. In the concert band, Sean Chung. Also in the concert band, Katie Crowell. So one of the advantages of the Senior District Festival is that it is open to all high school students. So Katie is actually auditioning as a freshman and has the choice of junior or senior. So she auditioned for senior this year, which is very exciting. Also in the concert band, Joanna Hollick. Also in the concert band, Parker Mumford. Also in the, you guessed it, concert band, Lucy Pollock. And lastly, also in the concert band, Michael Sanborn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the instrumentalists for senior districts.
So going up one more step is the all-state. So before we talk about all-state though, I mean, so the students that were selected for senior districts, if they scored high enough on their audition, in the upper, sometimes 20% of all students that auditioned, they were then selected for yet another audition for all-state festivals. So we had 3 students that had all-state recs that we'd like to recognize by having them stand. And I know, some people might think, well, they didn't make it, but just to be selected for this audition is an accomplishment in itself, so we'd like them to stand. And I hope I get everybody right. Michael Sandmore, and Sean Chung, and Justin West. So again, even being selected for the audition is an amazing thing. So we did have one student this year selected for the All-State Festival. And in case you hadn't heard, the All-State Festival course is schools from all over the state, and these students had the opportunity to perform with some of the best student musicians from all over the state of Massachusetts. It was a 3-day festival that these students attend. It was a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday. And I think it was the beginning of March. It was a crazy month that month, but we had one student selected for All-State, and she's waiting to hear for her audition for Nationals, and it's Laura Barabee. All right, so we move to the right side of the program, and these are scholastic awards, and most of these, many of these have been voted on by you and by your peers. So the first one is the Apollo Award, and Mr. Anthony, this being his first year, said, what the heck is an Apollo Award? And for those students that don't know, Apollo, never mind, I'm not going to go into the history. The Apollo Awards are given annually to students or students that display musicality, outstanding work ethic, dedication, and often do many unsung tasks throughout the year, no pun intended. Setting chairs and stands, setting up or tearing down before or after concerts, helping with programs, in short, going above and beyond. These students tonight, we'd like to thank them for their service to Nauset Music, and most especially for their peers here tonight, for those who are not present. So these are the students that basically, instead of saying, do I have to, ask, what can I do? So I have 3 students that I'd like to recognize, and Mr. Anthony has some as well. So the first one is a young lady who has helped us in so many ways, accompanying, fundraising, all kinds of things, and including being the vocal representative for our boosters organization. So if these students would come up when their names are called, it's Grace Fleming. It's the first one. The second of the Apollo Awards is a student that anytime she is asked to do a performance, she says yes, and not only says yes, but says yes readily. So I'd like to thank her for all she's done, as well as Kaylee Mason. And the third one from the vocal music department is a person who's definitely gone above and beyond. Choreographed everything I've asked for all year, Broadway Rocks, all those things. It's Maddie Mayer.
So there are a number of students in the instrumental department that I would also like to recognize for this Apollo Award. Really, they're individuals who have taken it upon themselves to take care of each other and help their ensembles and help the people around them, whether it's setup, breakdown, all of the things that Mr. Ferris was just talking about. So the first person I'd like to recognize is actually the youngest recipient of the Apollo Award. This person is very involved in multiple ensembles and is kind of the definition of a quiet leader. Someone who always participates. Someone who always participates and always is asking what they can do to help. So I'd like to recognize Rachel Van Ryswood. Next up, someone who, again, leads by example and is always around and always interested in learning more and sharing more and helping more people, specifically in teaching others. This year, I've seen it firsthand. The next Apollo Award is going to Grace Cushing. The next two individuals I would actually like to invite up to come up together. On either side of the coin, they have been incredibly helpful in organizing, coordinating, and all of our events, specifically moving the most obnoxious combination of instruments possible for both the jazz band and the percussion ensemble. Taking care of coordinating back and forth and organizing and everything, these two individuals have really taken that opportunity to lead and encourage the people around them. So I'd like to invite Ryan Pish and Ethan Singer up. And the last Apollo Award that I have today is someone who is not necessarily a quiet leader. Cue the Snickers. This person is typically very vocal, but in a positive way. They're very involved in multiple ensembles. They're always interested in looking to see how they can help me, how they can help their peers, offering lots of suggestions. And also was this year's instrumental representative to the boosters, Ben Hoops. So the next series of awards that we have are from, spread out from across all of the ensembles that we have. And the moniker of most improved it's a difficult one to measure because you can have a student who has talent, who finds more talent and improves an incredible amount. You can have students who who have just started their instrument and improve an incredible amount. And you have students that either maybe come out of the woodwork and take charge of their own playing and really take that opportunity to do that. So with much input from you, the following awards will be awarded by ensemble, not necessarily in the order that we have here. But I need to grab mine. Because I wrote this down. All right, first, I know that he's not here tonight, but from the percussion ensemble, the most improved award goes to Trent Monroe. In orchestra, this award is going to someone who last year started their instrument and started on a different instrument to make it happen, and has very much been putting in the effort to be a huge part of her section. So the orchestra award goes to Vanessa Vincent. Who is also not here today. The next award for jazz band goes to someone who has put in countless hours during school, before and after school as well, in the practice room, really striving to fill the role that they auditioned for in the jazz band this year, and that is on trumpet, Liam Lawless. Yeah! He is also not here tonight. In concert band, this person is actually here tonight. So we get to actually give out one of these awards. This person actually was voted on by a number of students, both in their section and outside of their section. And I was also having a conversation with one of their parents who was both surprised and impressed with the growth that this student has shown this year at home practicing, and just how much they are enjoying playing and practicing and working hard this year. And I truly believe, with the popular vote of the concert band, this year's concert band most improved award goes to Christian Auget.
So as Mr. Anthony said, this is an important award for both of us, in that the students, this is a really good measure of musicianship and effort and so many other things. So I didn't do it necessarily by ensemble, but I, again, read your superlatives and I took your suggestions, and these are the students that were suggested by you. So we'll begin tonight with the most improved. One of 5 is Acacia Nelson. The second recipient is Max Dexter. The third recipient is Camille LaJoy. From the concert chorus is Aiden Varnum. He's not here tonight. And the last of the vocal music is Josh Schaefer. This year we were given an unusual request by the conductor of the Cape Cod Symphony, Jung Ho Pak, and he asked if I would be willing to put together an ensemble of vocal music students from around the Cape that would be interested in performing with them for the Cape Symphony, their Broadway Rocks concert. So we had a number of students that gave up an enormous amount of time. I think we began rehearsing something like September, might have been September. October, keeping me honest, October, and we met more or less once a week unless there was bad weather, in all different kinds of places, at Nauset, at DY, and on and on and on. And they performed, I believe, 3 shows? 4 shows, 3 shows. 3 shows. So if these students would come up, I think they deserve to be recognized for all they did, putting Nauset on the forefront for for this performance. So these are the students, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. Laura Barabee, Samantha Canestraro, Riley Chipman, Grace Fleming, Kaylee, Mason, Madison Mayer, Sarah Pike, Maya Smith, Emma Wright. Thank you very much for all of you guys did. I really very much appreciate it.
Cover it with something.
So these students had an opportunity to perform with 3 Broadway veterans. They were on stage for much of the concert. They got great reviews, so again, I'd like to thank them for all they did. There's one more yes, you can applaud, thank you. There's one more miscellaneous award I'm going to give out tonight, and we are tasked by a local organization, the Chatham Chorale, to give an award every year to an outstanding student. And this student reflects all facets of vocal music, that they are an accomplished performer, they go above and beyond, they have tenacious spirit towards music, they absolutely love the craft. And I can think of no better student to receive this year than Grace Fleming.
So instead, we're going to move forward with senior recognitions. And so this is an opportunity that we have to recognize. Okay. To recognize the individual achievements of each senior that we have in our midst. And so we asked that some information be given to us, and specifically about what these seniors have done in the music department. So we'll keep it simple, so it doesn't go too long. And mine are not in alphabetical order, so I apologize in advance. So the first senior that I'd like to invite up to also get a medal that says Nauset High School Senior on it, 2018. This person had 4 years in the music department, was a member of the orchestra, and auditioned for and successfully was a part of the All-Cape Orchestra all 4 years, Kaya Howard. Next up, we have a recent addition to the department who had his only year in the music department with us this year as a member of the jazz band, Mr. Liam Baker. Up next, someone who kind of straddled the fence between both vocal and instrumental all 4 years that they were in the department. This person has been a member of the jazz band, the honors chorus, and I believe also the concert band. Okay. I don't know, I wasn't here for that year, so, you know. The first year, okay. Some other guy who's long since retired. That was a joke from last night at swing night. As I reminded him that I was not even in middle school when he started swing night 15 years ago. Our next senior that we'd like to recognize is Josh Schaefer. I don't think Mr. Ferris holds it against me.
What, is your age?
I did have several students today ask, wait, are you the teacher? It's a thing. I'm actually 12. Yeah. I'm just really tall. Wow, I didn't swipe right enough. I'm young enough to know that reference. And I missed two of Josh's awards, which are that he was a member of All Cape and a member of Senior District this year.
Yeah.
I should just hold my phone sideways, and then I'll be able to see all of the things that I wrote down. Up next, this person gave us a great 4 years as a member of the concert band, has 4 years in the All Cape Festival ensembles, a year of junior districts their freshman year, and also a year of senior districts this year, Joanna Hollick. Up next, we have another individual who has been with us for 4 years in the department, who has been a member of both the concert band and the jazz band for several years each, and who claims that his instrument is what caused him not to audition for anything, Keith Taylor.
Yeah!
I'm just going with the things that he wrote down in the email. Up next, we have somebody who started on a different instrument in the beginning of their 4 years in our department and quickly switched and has been working with their section on this for the last 3 years in concert band on trombone, Tara Ellard. Another 4-year member of the concert band, this student has also successfully auditioned for All Cape 4 times, performing in both the band and the orchestra, and has a year of junior districts their freshman year, a year of senior districts this year, and also, in their first year at senior districts, earned themselves an all-state recommendation, Michael Sanborn. This next senior has been a 4-year member of 3 different ensembles, all on their primary instrument, including concert band, jazz band, and percussion ensemble, Ryan Pish.
Yeah!
Our next senior has learned several new instruments over the last 4 years, and as most recently adding viola to the list and joining orchestra for the last half of the year. From band and orchestra, Caroline Donahue. Another multiple ensemble 4-year member of the music department on saxophone in the concert band and jazz band with 2 years of All Cape and 1 year of All Cape Jazz, Benjamin Hoops. You ready for the greatest segue ever? Speaking of hoops, the only person to mention Pep Band as an ensemble that they were a part of. But another 4-year member, an individual who learned a new instrument early in her career, and with Tara and Caroline was a huge part of our trombone section. Again, the most enthusiastic person about Pep Band, Michelle Coons. Our next senior has been a much-loved part of our flute section for the last 4 years and has played a number of different instruments in a number of different venues for the school and on her own time, Emanuela Murphy. Next up, we have another 4-year member, multiple ensembles, mostly on percussion, although there was a very brief stint on trumpet for all of about 2 weeks. In percussion ensemble, and this year in jazz band as well on vibes, Mr. Carlisle Nash. Speaking of which, I need that trumpet back. Hang on, down there. You guys can come in front of the podium if you want, so that you extend a little bit. Hang on. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. Perfect. It's fine, I'm taller than all of you. Even Carlisle. I'm slouching. I know. The next senior that we'd like to recognize is another 4-year participant in the music department who had a very successful 4 years in one ensemble, as well as multiple audition success. 2 years of All Cape Jazz, 2 years of Senior District, and 1 year of All State, with accompaniment of a number of our other ensembles, 4 years of jazz band for Parker Mumford. Another one of our absolutely fantastic seniors. Another one of our seniors in the flute section, 4 years of concert band, Aaron Costa. Whoever's texting me, you should stop. One of our seniors who I know is not here this evening, on clarinet, 4 years in concert band, Eric Sargesen. Another 4-year participant of our percussion section, Ethan Singer. And I think this is the last one, correct? I think. I just want to make sure. Oh, there it is. There's one. Our last senior is somebody who has had much success at auditions, 3 years of All Cape, 3 years of Senior District, and twice has been recommended at the All-State level. 4 years in concert band for Sean Chung. Yeah! And these are all of our instrumental seniors.
We're going to ask these guys to stay up here until all the seniors are together so we can take a picture of all of them. The first, alphabetically for vocal music. This is a student that's been in concert chorus in grade 9, treble chorus in grades 10, 11, and 12, All Cape Music Festival in grades 10 and 12, Music Spring Trip all 4 years. She also participated in Broadway Rocks. It's Riley Chipman. Concert chorus, grade 9, treble chorus, grades 10 and 11, honors chorus, grades 11 and 12, All Cape Music Festivals, grade 11 and 12, Music Spring Trip, all 4 years. This young lady won the Apollo Award as well, and we'll be ever grateful for her prelude before our concert in Montreal, Grace Fleming. This student was in concert chorus in grade 9, treble chorus in grades 10 and 11, and honors chorus in grade 12. Attended the All Cape Music Festival in grade 12, music spring trip all 4 years. It's Camille LeJoy. This student was in concert chorus in grades 9 and 10, honors chorus in grades 11 and 12, participated in the All Cape Music Festival in grades 10, 11, and 12, senior districts grades 10 and 11, and was selected for All-State in grade 11, and music spring trip all 4 years, the Maestro Award and the Department Award at Kaylee Mason. The student was in concert chorus in grade 9, treble chorus in grades 10, 11, and 12, honors chorus in grade 12, All Cape Music Festival in grade 12, music spring trip all 4 years, Broadway Rocks. It's Sarah Pike. And already up here, as Mr. Anthony says, is Josh Schaefer. He was in concert band in grade 9, jazz band in grades 10, 11, and 12, honors chorus in grade 12, All Cape Music Festival in grade 12, senior districts grade 12. Is that right, John? Yes. So the student was in concert chorus in grades 9 and 10, and honors chorus in grades 11 and 12. All Cape Music Festival, grades 11 and 12, music spring trip, all 4 years. It's Noah Smith. Concert chorus, grade 9, treble chorus, grades 10, 11, and 12. Honors chorus, grade 12, All Cape Music Festival, grade 12, Senior District Festival, grade 12, Music Spring Trip, grades 9, 10, 11, and she was the recipient of a Maestro Award last year in Montreal, Emma Sullivan Johnson. And this student started out in honors chorus in grades 10, 11, and 12, participated in All Cape Music Festival in grade 12, senior districts in grade 12 with an all-state rec, music spring trip grades 10, 11, and 12. Justin West. So I've had the honor of working with almost all of these students up here because, in case you weren't around, most of their freshman year I was the band director. And so I had a chance to work with many of these students, and then I switched over to, depending on your perspective, light side or dark side, to vocal music. So I've had the opportunity to work with a great many of these students, and it truly has been my honor and privilege. So I would like us all to please stand and thank the senior class.
We're going to backtrack to recognize a particular individual for the Nauset High School Music Department Award. So this was an award that was decided with some input from you, but with heavy input from Mr. Ferris and I between us, on a student who has been a part of the entire department in many different ways, who has participated with different groups, who has participated in different ways at different types of performances, and has been a leader in enthusiasm and energy and excellence throughout their 4 years in the department. And while there are several students who are definitely deserving of this award, we did have to pick one. But this student, we both felt, went above and beyond with their own playing, and with helping others and coordinating with others and really supporting everyone in every possible way. And so we would like to present the Nauset High School Music Department Award If I can get the tape off.
Drum roll.
To Mr. Parker Humphrey. So our last portion of words for this evening before our entertainment comes from a combination of awards that Mr. Ferris and I felt were appropriate to give, or were funny to give, or some even that made it through our filters that were student submitted in a couple ways. So the first award, so you got to give me a second to explain this a little bit. This award is titled for the exact quote, paraphrasing, so maybe not exact, that at the very beginning of this year in jazz band, we had 4 percussionists. And it's very difficult to run a jazz band with 4 percussionists, so I straight up asked, I said, do any of you play another instrument? And in response, the I Have a Trombone Award for going 0 to a solo at swing night in his senior year and only year in the department on trombone, Mr. Liam Baker. He does in fact have a trombone. He now has 2 trombones. So this next award is actually a 2-part award, and you will understand when I give you the name of it. This was voted on and suggested by students. Not sure if it was voted on and suggested by themselves, but I felt that it was particularly fitting for 2 individuals who find that they work best together and are slightly distressed when one or the other is not there. So the other half award for always needing Emma Peterson goes to Grace Cushing, and for always needing Grace Cushing goes to Emma Peterson. So our next award basically takes care of itself. The award is called the Big Mouth Award, and for having a lot to say, Megan Guerin. The real question is if she starts talking before she gets back to her seat.
Just stop. Just stop.
See, it happened. All right, our next award is an award in recognition of talent on a non-band instrument. This instrument being bagpipes for Emanuela Murphy. Both at this year's Rock the Mic and apparently in a surprise performance in Ireland as well.
And our lab too, outside the courtyard.
And in the courtyard.
Yeah.
It has happened. Our next award is one that is probably a number of people deserving of it, but there is one who truly rises above in both a copious and extensive and quite excessive amount of this. The Noodle Award for Sam Carpenter. Tonight, so he wouldn't have the chance. For those of you who don't know that what noodling is, it's the act of just always playing. And I think 50% of Sam's playing is probably comprised of last year's jazz band songs and the lick. This next award is actually a group award. It is not for the entire jazz band. In recognition of being a living, walking, breathing meme. We squat, 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 we squat. I have a few more awards this evening, the first of which was one that was voted on by a number of you in several ensembles. This is the Most Musical Underclassmen Award going to Gavin Rice. The next award I have is both an individual and a group award. What? So the first award that I'd like to give is the individual award, which again was voted by multiple people throughout. And this is the Individual School Spirit Award, which is being given in recognition for intense school spirit at all times to Emma Peterson. And hearkening back to my challenge in the fall, and also throughout all of the year, for this section in both ensembles that they exist in, the Group School Spirit Award goes to the trombone sections.
What instrument does Mr. Anthony play?
He plays the trumpet.
The trombone section. And the ensemble would not be quite the same without them. And so the most underrated award goes to, on oboe, Katie Crowell. For the second to last award that I have, this was one that was, again, voted on by a lot of you. Well, the last one is 3 of similar ones. So, gotcha. Thanks for keeping track. Appreciate it. So this next award is for somebody who absolutely, without any competition, has had the most possible, didn't think it was possible, number of practice minutes? The Dedication Award for dedication to practicing and to her instrument goes to Grace Cushing. The last award that I have is actually in 3 parts, for those of you keeping track. Again, thank you. Again, this one very heavily comes from the student vote in their respective ensembles, and some also throughout other ensembles, giving this recognition to them as well. So I'd like to actually invite all 3 of these students up for the Most Valuable Player Award in each of their respective ensembles. Sean Chung in concert band, Kaya Howard in orchestra, and Ryan Pish in jazz band. And actually, before Mr. Ferris comes up, there is one more superlative. So, I am not privy to any tradition until it is told. So when it's told to me at about 6:45, I have to make sure that it still happens.
Okay, so some of you may not know this, but the band went to Atlanta another time before this year. I wasn't there, but other people were. And so, I think he knows where this is going. So, when they were on an airplane, someone approached him, a parent, and asked him to hold their child. And so, no, not yet. And so, this year, this and in Ireland? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
You are right.
Okay.
It was Atlanta.
Okay. So, this year's being most likely to be asked to hold a baby on an airplane award is given to our amazing music teacher, Mr. Ferris.
There's way more to that story, but I'm not going to share that with you tonight. So Mr. Anthony set this up so beautifully, so I don't really need to add anything. So many of these were voted on by you students. Some of them were inappropriate. I didn't think we could share those here tonight in a public forum. But some of them were, and so I'm going to give out the ones that I felt strongly about and that you felt strongly about. There were the most votes on these particular ones. So the first one is most likely to wear pajamas to school. How'd you know I was talking about Kaylee Mason? So we'll see what happens next year. She gets to college. She's just going to roll out of bed and go to class. So the most organized award, without a doubt, needs to go to Sarah Pike. Actually, I got her a present too, and I know what she's going to say. She already has these. Sarah is a self-described OCD. She keeps a whiteboard in my room with a calendar on it. She keeps us all exactly on task. Yes, it's Sarah. So this award was again nominated by students. It's the best drummer who's not a drummer, Noah Smith.
Yes.
student gave absolutely the best backstory, not about their back, it's about a composer, Max Dexter. This was voted by, I think, 4 or 5 people. Most likely to take my job is Maddie Mayer. People come and talk to her instead of me. Now there are years I can't give this award because I don't think some students would be offended, but I think this student is going to wear this award as a badge of honor. So the most freshman award goes to Rihanna Hatch. Again, nominated by students, the best apology for being late. Yes, she knows it, Emma Sanchez.
I cried and everything. It was awesome.
She turned on the waterworks.
Emma, why were you late today? I was told it started at 7.
So it kind of concerns me a little that she's going into acting, so I don't know if it was a real lateness or whatever. Again, nominated by other students, this student is getting the I Am Smiling Award, Grace Fleming. We have to recognize our human pitch pipe, Jessica Lynn. A little more serious, for those students that have had me know, like, I have this saying, and it's results, not excuses. And it's a real thing. I really do believe it. So 2 students were actually nominated, and I thought both were very deserving. So the first is going to Sarah Pike, who was almost passing out during her All Cape audition, but still made it through her audition. And the second is Justin West, who was the only tenor for most of the year. Oh, right. If Sarah even thinks about blood, she'd get squeezing.
Don't say the word.
Nominated by many students. Again, Mr. Anthony said this so well. It's not a knock, but it's something that they should be absolutely proud of. The ensemble would not be the same without them. The most underrated is Camille LaJoy. And again, a slightly serious award. The Outstanding Soloist was voted on by many students, and it was a pretty high number, Max Dexter. And I have 2 remaining. And these are the Most Musical Award from, again, nominated by students. And 2 recipients that stood out from the voting, and they are Justin West and Christina Reed. So before we move on to the entertainment tonight, I know a lot of you thought it was going to be Meghan Trainor. It's not going to be Meghan Trainor. She lives in LA.
That's gonna be an entertainment.
I'll ask for next year, but no promises. I would like to take a minute and thank Mr. Anthony. No, wait. It has been a pleasure to work with Mr. Anthony this year. He is, I hope you realize how lucky you are to have him as a teacher. I can see it in your faces. I can see it in your body language. I can hear it in your playing. I can see it in your, the spirit of the group. We had a really successful time in Atlanta, and I really do appreciate all of his hard work. As a first year at Nauset, it's first year anywhere is a huge accomplishment, but to do the things that he's done, it really does deserve a standing ovation.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if there wasn't somebody who was telling me all of the things that Nauset does, and always having the two-prong approach of, this is how I've found works, but you do it however you want to do it. It works this way, that's how I did it, but you do it however you want to do it. And he's been incredibly supportive with every decision, including last night when we got to swing night, and I asked him a question, he says, what are you talking about? This is your event. But the gentleman standing over there has been an incredible mentor on the official level provided by the school, and also as a great boss, coworker, and I firmly believe it, a new friend. So, the last portion of our program this evening, item number 7. We would like to welcome to our stage a fantastic Cape Cod ensemble that has been around for many years, the Hyannis Sound.
That's my cousin.
I love it. 1, 2, 3. Stay too long, yeah, baby. Love still strong, ooh, baby. Here I am, side seat of the living. I'm yours. Baby, that's how I went to say goodbye. Yeah, baby, you're not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, side seat of the living. I'm yours. Baby, I'm yours. Side. You got my future in your hands, baby. I'm yours. And I'm gonna be yours. Here I am, baby. I'm yours. Side seat of the living. I'm yours, baby. I'm yours. And I'm gonna be yours. Here I am, baby. I'm yours. Side seat of the living. I'm yours, baby. I'm yours. And I'm gonna be yours. Here I am, baby. I'm yours. Side seat of the living. I'm yours, baby. I'm yours. And I'm gonna be yours. As we danced in the night, remember how the stars stole the night away. Holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December found the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love. Remember true love we shared that day.
Wow, that's pretty low.
Bells are ringing, souls are singing, bells are ringing.